All right. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to week 32 in the rise of Obticeo. I started this account on January 1st and used the hyperdrive bundle, and I've been updating the account's progress weekly. Doing these live streams the last few sessions. Some people enjoy interacting with the upgrades a little bit, so we're in here hanging out. And need to get my presentation loaded up here so that we can take a look at the Obticeo stats for the week. I'll get that up for you here in just a second. I thought I had already added it, but apparently I did not add the correct directory. So go back here, grab the right directory, and then we can take a look. All right. 32 weeks of Obticeo. It's hard to believe. It's gone so fast. 8 months. Not quite 8 months, but we're in the 8th month already, right? It's in some ways I think the account's come a long way. In other ways, it still feels like there's an awful lot that needs to be done. All right. Zurin says, DL, you have to see the Datacron that I posted on Discord. All right, I'll check it out later. I saw that you were posting about the Red Trooper, Sith Trooper. Guess you were having some fun with the Sith Trooper, huh? Andre Posadi's in the house. How goes your Executor unlock? We'll take a look at that when I'm done with the Obticeo stuff. Antonio's in the house. Lightsaber smashed. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's making it a great day today. All right. Let's see. Week 32. Up to 2.58 million galactic power. We added 40,000 last week. Still at 11 relics. We're going to take that to 12 tonight. 17 zetas at the moment. We got Qui-Gon Jinn, Omicrons, Akbar, Iden, and Wampa. The Akbar was an experiment. Didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. Definitely wish I'd put that one on Mara Jade or Zam, but it's okay. It's okay. We're doing okay with it. Shock clones are still getting me decent placement in Squad Arena. Fleet's still getting me top 5. And maybe there's some people in the chat that are from my Fleet shard. But something very weird's happened. I don't know if it's just because I got Grievous to gear 12 or what, but this last week, it's always been that I have to fight my way up from 18th place or 17th or 15th or whatever. And this last week, I get in there and I'm still sitting at 3rd place. Nobody's knocked me down. So I don't know if people are just being nice and leaving me alone, or if the fleet actually got that much better with Grievous hitting gear 12. But my fleet at least has held a lot better these last couple days for sure. We will try to hit that Grievous 2 weeks from now. Week 34, we'll try to have General Grievous as our last other relic. And then we got to get into relicking Profundity stuff. Energy plan for next week, we're going to do Hyena Bomber still, BTLB Y-Wing, Houndstooth, and then General Radis ×2. There's some other stuff that I'm farming on and off as we can. Get to it as we get to it. Bosk, for example, as the pilot of that Houndstooth. We still need to farm him, but he's a lower priority. We need to get the ships done first. So we're going to keep focusing over there. Fleet energy, we're working on the Outrider. We're farming the Outrider twice a day. Also going to farm B1 and Mando, but that's going to be with leftover energy, depending on what day it is. Cantina, we got to get Dash built and Hera built and signal data for all the relics. Somebody pointed out that Dash is not too far away from his year anniversary, and if it's going to take a long time to do the journey, you might want to save at least some of the Dash farm until the end. So I'm going to take a look at the timeline, and if we start getting a lot of characters developed and getting close to the Profundity, then we may have to farm Dash before he's a double drop. But if we can wait for him to be a double drop, that's a lot of refreshes that we would save. So I think that's a pretty good idea. Wait and see. Mods, we're still working on speed mods and defense mods. And then in the refresh strategy, 3 a day. And then 0 in Cantina. Refresh that when it's Cantina every energy day. That strategy may change. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But if I need to get Relic 8 on one character and Relic 9 on another, then probably need to start budgeting crystals to buy those materials. And since we're not doing C-Pit yet in my guild, I think it's a good representation of how hard it would really be to do this journey for a newer account, because I won't have access to the Gear 8 or Relic 8 materials, and I'll have to buy them all with crystals, and we'll see if we can get that done. It'll be interesting. All right. Shop plan, Cantina. We're going to, in the Cantina store, mostly feeding the shard shop. I think I already got the character that I needed out of there. Yeah, Biston. I think Biston comes out of the Cantina. So I'm still working on Biston. I don't know why I've got him in the guild store. But in the guild store, working on Carbantes. We're done with the Ewoks. I can change that next week. In Squad Arena, we're getting Kanan. I'm going to finish out Princess Leia, might as well. And then working on Prestige. Galactic War Store, working on Zeb. I think we got our last Zeb shard, so we should be finished up with him this week. Razor Crest out of the fleet. I'm almost done with Razor Crest, too. It's crazy. Am I almost done with Razor Crest? I feel like I've had pretty good progress on my Razor Crest, but now I'm not 100% sure. Second guessing myself. Let's take a look here. How many shards we've got? Missed it. Where's it at? Keep driving by it somehow. What is going on here? Where's the Razor Crest? Driving me crazy. There it is. 320. Yeah, I remembered correctly. 320 out of 330 shards. So we've only got a few purchases left to go on that. That's pretty interesting. So for somebody who was to come into the game right now and say, how long will it take me to get Razor Crest? It looks like buying it out of the shop. That's the only way I've ever done it, just buying it out of the fleet shop every time it shows up. So it looks like you can get that within your first 8 months. If anybody needs that as a timeline for the future, give a rough idea of how long it takes to get that ship out of the shops. Pretty good, though. Why am I not? Why is it stop being a problem for me? My slideshow won't advance. We got to see Grandma Mod here at the end saying farm your mods. All right. Let's catch up with chat here for a second. Alex Contard says, how are you this fine night? Pretty good, pretty good. Don Tallow says, how does the availability of R9 gear affect your future farming? Did something change with the availability of R9 gear? What's your estimate for when you'll be done with the Profundity farm? So statistically, when you're farming a single drop character, it's 7 months. So if I farm it twice a day, looking at between 14 and 16 weeks. Once you get that done, you still got a couple weeks left to relic that character for that particular character. Probably 3 weeks between working on relics and trying to get it to Relic 9, assuming that I get the Relic 9 materials. So you'd be looking at what? 20 weeks, roughly. So week 54, right at a year. Interesting. 16k crystals to buy Relic 8 and Relic 9 from shipments. Yep, 6,000 for the Relic 9 materials, and then another 5,000 for the for each set of Relic 8 materials. So you need that for Relic 8. You also need it for Relic 9, so 16,000. Then there's another Relic 8 character. You have to Relic 8, I think, Cassian or something like that. So it's 21,000 crystals to buy that stuff out of the shop. It's 6 months of DL. It came in February. Dash has been around a lot longer than February. We're talking about Dash, right? I'm confused. I thought Dash Red Dar came out like late last year. Oh, the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest came out in February. Okay, fair enough. So, but then the estimate would be 7 months. Okay, I got you. So I wouldn't have been able to buy the Razor Crest shards in January because they weren't available till February. I got what you're saying. So 7 months out of the shop still. 7 months is how long it would take you to farm it statistically off of a node anyway. So. Yeah, Dash came in November. Okay. At what point would you recommend a new count switch from stabilization to profundity? Well, with the new account, it's all about those crystals. So, I really think you got to play at least 6 months. I think the Obticeo account is really the earliest that you could start a journey like the Profundity, and still be fully efficient. So if we look at the squads that we've got, right, we've got a trooper team that we can get assault battles done with. We've got a Vader team that we can do things with in Conquest and in Galactic Challenges. We've got a Padme team that we can work with. The Fin Poe really isn't built. We got Mon Mothma that we can do things with. So we've got a decent base of teams. We've got Iden Versio going here. So we've got stuff for GAC. We've got stuff for assault battles. And then, of course, I've got these big clones that we've got done. We've got Geos. So on one hand, it feels like a lot of stuff. When I was setting up the 5v5, for anybody who watched that stream, I kind of surprised myself because I was setting up for Bronzium, and I put some decent teams down on defense, and I'm like, okay, now I got to try to figure out what to use on offense. And there's actually a lot of stuff still for offense. So we've developed a pretty good range of teams pretty quickly. Phoenix into Geos. Didn't spend much time on the Phoenix in this account. But Phoenix, Geos, you got the Jedi under Qui-Gon or Padme or however you want to slice that. And then this is a team that I need to work on here. Instead of the General Grievous team with the Separatist droids, once I relic Grievous, this is the team that I want to run him with in 5s. We'll do a 50 RT lead, Grievous, BB-8, Chopper, and T3M4. And we're going to have to get at least one of these other droids built up pretty good. And then, this is just when she's got her leadership built up. It's 35 speed for everybody. And then there's 40% speed because everybody's a droid with BB-8. Grievous will do his area effect. When he does, it removes 30% turn meter. And then T3M4 will go, and he'll do this skill, which removes 20% turn meter. So they'll go at like 340 speed, hit hard, take away turn meter, probably take a second full round of turns before the opponent gets to take a turn. Gimmick team, but it's a way to make use of a Relic Grievous without having to commit to a bunch of other stuff. It's a bunch of stuff that we already have. Don't mind building 50 RT. We're going to need that someday anyway. Don't mind building T3M4. Same thing. Going to need it someday. BB-8. Need it someday. Are you still against building cam clones on a new account? Christian, I'm not against it. I did that on the Obticeo account to try to secure the best guild I could. I showed that. I demonstrated it. I think I've proved pretty well that if you do build those clones early, you can get into a guild that's much, much better than your GP would suggest. So, if you're an inexperienced player and you need a crutch to get into a good guild, those clones are fantastic. It's a huge selling point for your account. Your mods probably aren't going to be good enough to actually get a cam shard reliably, but that battle is full of RNG anyway. If you get the right RNG, it doesn't matter. You'll still get a cam shard for your guild. So, if you want it as a selling point, then yes, go with the cam clones early. The problem that I see with it is that, like, if I had done a full Relic Padme team instead, so if instead of that clone team, if I had Relic'd Padme, Grandmaster Yoda, Mace, Ahsoka, and Anakin, if I Relic'd that team, it would outperform the clone team in Conquest, in Galactic Challenges, several different areas of the game where this Padme team is just going to do more for you than the clone team does. So that's it. The Padme team is just better for your own account. So if you build this Padme team as your first full Relic team, it makes a lot of sense. And it's really good in first phase of CPIT, and it's a good selling point to get into a guild based on CPIT, not based on cam shards. But I think however you want to slice it, what I should have definitely done troopers first. Relic'd a trooper right away for the assault battles. And then if I wasn't trying to prove the point about guilds, then build this Padme team to full Relic. It takes about 6-7 months to do that, and then you're ready for any journey in the game. What do you guys think? If you think differently, let me know. I'm always interested in your thoughts. Zero gems on fleet refreshes. Still pretty far from BAM. All right. Well, let's get in here and do some stuff for the account then. Moff Gideon goes to Relic. Here we go. Is it worth working on his leadership for 3s? I don't think I have enough troopers yet to worry about 3 trooper leaders, because I got Veers, I got Iden. And I got potentially Gideon. I just kind of default to taking my relics to 5 because that's what I need for C-Pit. So if I ever want to put him in C-Pit, he needs to be 5. I haven't had too much of a problem so far getting the materials for this. So we'll park him at 5. Check his speed now. Let's see how we did on speed. 351. What do you guys think of that? 351. Let's get him. Let's get him up to 352 and see if we can slice this mod. Here we go. Oh, no slicing materials. 352 now, right? It's all right. Still got a ways to go on him, but it's not bad. Can live with it. Okay, that should put us faster than most opponents that I'll fight at my similar GP. We do need to get, still need to get Piet sped up. All right, so we'll take Gideon off of favorites. We'll kick him out of here. See you later, Moff Gideon. Clones are good for C-Pit too, though. Clones are mediocre for C-Pit. Again, it's so mod dependent because you know, I have my 6-month-old mods on my clones, and in C-Pit, I only get off 1 aerial advantage. So I end up scoring like 900,000. I don't know. Let's see if the C-Pit's still on. If the C-Pit's still on, oh, Cantina, good gravy. If the C-Pit's still on, I can show you. So clones is it. I hit it once with the clones, and that's it. And I did 3 or 4 attempts, you know, going in and trying to get the moves to be the most efficient move set, and I got 943,000. So under 1 million. So I don't know. I don't think it's a... I don't consider that a very good team. I guess I'm spoiled by my troopers on my main account because they get like, you know, 3 million with a trooper team. And it feels like that's what it takes to be good. A good team in C-Pit is like, you know, at least 2 million damage. And maybe if I had my clones fast enough and Rex could get off 2 aerial advantages, then probably it would be... That second aerial advantage would probably be 500,000 damage. So if I can get everything to the point where he gets 2 aerial advantages, then I think maybe that goes up to like 1.5 million. Okay. We started working on the account, so I'm going to finish. I'm going to work through this stuff and then get back to chat. The second most important thing we have to do this week is Mon Mothma. We got to get her to gear 12 by the time we finish Grievous. That's the deal. So we've got some kind of duplicate gear here, but I don't know what it is. Let's start locking it in and see how far we get. It's going to be this. It's going to be this guy. Oh, no. Oh, let's see. Let's craft that and equip it. Yeah, there we go. That's where it was. We don't mind to buy these, though. 750 for 50 of them. That's a lot. All right, we got to start saving for our relic materials anyway, so we're going to hold off on that. We do need to commit this Cairo. It might interfere. We got 2 weeks before we need to relic a character. It might interfere with building stuff next week, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So Mon Mothma, all she needs for gear 12 is just this. So we'll start working on getting those, farm them a little bit, And if we can't farm him within a couple weeks by the time we get Grievous done, we'll just buy him out of the shop. 15 shards. 15 crystals per shard. Alright, let's go through and look for promotions here. Got Wampa to 6 stars. Only need 75 more of him to get him to 7. Pretty good. Is he upgradable right now? Need too many Carbantes. We did get this though. Piet needs that too though, huh? Yeah, Piet needs 2 sets of Cairo, so I don't think he's going up a level anytime soon. That's a lot of Cairo to need. And then Kenobi's stuck on this level. I think he needs like, what, 4 Carbantes for this level or some crazy stuff. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Carbantes. Yeah, so he's on a 4 Carbante level. Have to break through that at some point. Grief Karga, we can get a star on him. We use him sometimes, especially in Conquest. Throw him in there for what he can do. And Galactic Challenges. Let's go look at the Profundity stuff. Dash Rendar can be activated. So we'll activate him. Somebody reminded me today that when you're leveling characters up, that you can pick the lowest level droids and actually save some currency doing it that way, save some credits. So like if you just go in here and you put him at a certain level, then it like let's say we took him all the way up to 85, 2696, 2696. But if instead you just pick the lowest droids, 2696. Oh. 55. That's not the same amount, is it? 269655. Two 69655. That's weird. Huh. I thought it used to be that the training droids, if you used the cheapest training droids, that it was less money. But it looks like it's the exact same money. Oh well, never mind. I guess that trick doesn't work anymore. Guess that doesn't work. Alright, but we're going to leave Dash Rendar alone for right now. There's not really much motivation to build him at 2 stars. Unlock Biston also. Again, we'll just put stars on him. We're not going to work on leveling him up quite yet. Once we get him to 4 or 5 stars, then we'll start putting gear on him, start getting him prepped for those middle levels. I guess we got him to 5 stars already. Huh. Okay. 13 million credits is all we got, so I'm not going to work on him at the moment. Syndulla can be promoted. Okay, that's not a real stun gun. That is a real stun gun. So we can't upgrade her if we want to. We'll get Zeb promoted up. We'll get Kanan promoted up. Get Scarif Pathfinder started. Got a lot of stuff that we can activate, right? Get it going. Promote him a couple times here. Okay, we'll keep buying him out of the shop. I'm not Actually going to farm him out of the cantina. We'll be able to get him out of the fleet store. Pretty sure. I mean, once you're working on Biston, you got to work on Scarif Rebel Pathfinder too, because he's part of that Biston's U-Wing ship. No reason to have a bad ship. All right, what does Cassian need for the level up? He needs the Carbonti. Let's put the Carbonti on him. Let's level him up to 80. 163071. 1633071. Yeah, it's the same. Huh. That used to make a difference. Guess it doesn't now. All right. We'll put on this stuff. We want to put the Omega here. That -1 cooldown, taking it from a 3-turn to a 2-turn cooldown, is pretty big deal. The cooldown on this one, it's helpful, but that skill, the second special or whatever you want to call it on Cassian, this takes every debuff on every enemy and applies it to the target. So if you've got somebody stunned and another guy dazed and all that stuff, you target one character and it gets all of those debuffs. It's a pretty cool ability, but you have to have a bunch of good debuffs on the field for it to be worthwhile. And that's often not the case because things cleanse. The character that you have all the debuffs on is often the one that you want to hit anyway, so you don't really want to hit a different character just to spread the debuffs. So that one I don't see as important for the Omega right now. Garbage mods in these guys. I modded them for the Mon Mothma team right when I first started the account, so they're like horrible mods. Okay, let's see about Radis. Can we get Radis another level here? Sure can. All right. Again, we're not working on him too much yet because he's still 3 stars. We'll have him at 4 stars soon. Maybe a couple more gear tiers and then we can commit some mods to him. Get him going. All right, so 3 layers of account building, right guys? We relic the character. Now we're going through all the middle stuff. And then throughout the week we're going to farm. See what we can get farmed up for next week's improvements. Let's go ahead and drop some more gear on Wat Tambor here. Surely we can afford to get him up a few tiers. This is the last of our hollow projectors. Padme needs them. Padme really desperately needs like 1 or 2 more gear tiers on her. Let's take a look at Padme and see if we can... I don't think we're going to be able to promote her. Princess Leia can go to 7 stars. We got all her stuff. This is tempting. This is tempting. Does she have anything tough to get? No, this is all pretty common stuff. Yeah, it just makes her better with the... Ooh. We got a bunch of those, so that's not a big deal. We still have those. This is going to make our Akbar team a lot better. I don't want to waste the gear, though, because some of that stuff I might need next week on the Journey characters. So we'll leave that alone for now. Okay, Padme. Oh, she needs Kairos. Stun guns. Yeah, she needs the same stuff. So we'll try to get... no, we can't. We got to get the next... Oh, man. These Kairos are such a menace for me. Because, like, I can only get 1 set of Kairos for each relic character that I build. So we spent a Cairo on Mon Mothma. Now we got to relic another character. Then at the end of that, we'll have one more Cairo. And then we'll have to relic another character again. Not ideal. Not bad either, though. Yeah, I really would like to get Padme up another gear tier. Alright, let's just look through characters again and see if there's anything that I'm missing. Nest. 330 shards of Enfys Nest. Let's get this party started. Oh yeah. Get Nest going. I don't know that I'll be able to relic the Nest on this account. I don't know that I'll be able to resist eventually relicking Nest. But we might need to make use of her at some lower gear at first. I would probably relic Wampa before Nest. But I love this character so much. It's one of my favorite characters in the game. Literally, I think that my two favorite characters are Kylo Ren Unmasked and Enfys Nest. Those are just like kit-wise and what they do in the game, how much fun they are to play or to trouble your opponent with. Crew is just so hard to kill. He works so well in a lot of PvE stuff. You just give him that voluntary vanguard, put him in the team, and let the conquest characters flail into him. It's pretty fantastic. You can get a lot of completions with him in that voluntary vanguard. And then Nest, we know what she does. She eats Padme for lunch in Grand Arena. It's pretty fantastic. Okay. Work on her over the next few weeks too. All right, let's get to ships. Ships. We get another star on Phantom. We're not going to pump too much into the skills right now. We're just going to upgrade them a little bit. When they get the 7th star, we'll probably have to go back and make some more commitment to those ships. Of course, if we get to chromium, we're going to need them. We're going to need the Rebel fleet going for chromium. Anything else I want to activate here? We can activate this Outrider. It's so weird, guys. I played the game for so long with control of galactic power where you didn't want to use anything until you were ready to put it in a team somewhere. And now just, click the button, add the galactic power. Yeah, it's no big deal. Who cares? It just feels kind of weird. Feels kind of weird. All right. The Rebel Y-Wing. That's probably a ship that we need to start building pretty soon too, huh? Let's put some levels on it. Slap a favorite marker on it and add some skills. When I first started out, I was farming this out of fleet. And then I didn't have room for it anymore in my farm rotation. So that has to be farmed twice a day too. So we're farming the Outrider twice a day and we're farming the Rebel Y-Wing twice a day out of fleet. Just peek at Malevolence. I don't think there's anything we can do here. Yeah. It's level 85. It's got the skills that we can put. So that's about all we can do for right now. All right, so one last thing then. Let's go back and take a look at our where is it? Let's look at our robot team here real quick. Got it in defense. Let's look at this character. Hit that with some levels. Upgrade to 7 at least. Yeah, that's where we're stuck because of these projectors. All right. Level up what we can. I'm throwing away purple materials again, guys. Man, I've got to remember not to do this. I got to be careful. 100. I'm not going to go below 100 purples. We're gonna hold at 100. If we ever get to 100, we're gonna stop. Okay, there we go. Get 50 RT started. Then we'll get T3M4. Activate that. Work on him more later. We got to get them all at least to the point where they can have mods to make the Grievous team, because I mean, you can't have a team like this and not have it modded. I might use it on offense for a while. I've got it marked as defense, but I might use it as offense for a while and see what I can get done with it. Interesting little team. Okay, that's probably about all I can do there for promotions. Let's catch up on chat. I like Padme because there's a lot of Galactic Republic characters that you can rotate through your team as you build up other teams. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's exactly it. You know, you can build Grandmaster Yoda, put him in there. If you build a 5s, you can put him in there. Later, when Kenobi comes along, you can kick out Mace Windu, put Mace Windu in a Jedi team. Yeah, exactly. Mix and match with the Galactic Republic. Good flexibility. Is Grievous worth gearing up by himself? Or should I just wait until later when I get the rest of the droids? Well, Michael Neal, just like, I guess I answered your question inadvertently. Or maybe you asked it as part of the discussion. But yeah, if you can build a team like this with just random droids, it's not random. But if you did the event for Sortie, you can have that BB-8's not too hard. Especially if you buy the Hyperdrive bundle, you can unlock BB-8 at 5 stars for free. Because you get enough First Order characters to just, go in there and get it 5 stars, no problem. Chopper is a tank, but he's also got a purpose in this team. Because this is super annoying. If he's one of your better characters in the team, he gets the taunt up. Every time he gets hit, he gains protection up 15%. It's just a speed bump for your Grievous to stay alive longer. But remember, under Sortie or whatever you want to call her, the first thing to die revives. So once the enemy goes, you just got to try to get their health enough that the enemy can't kill you all off in one big AoE. If it does happen, one of them is going to come back, triggers Grievous, and Chopper can be a menace. So, I mean, this is just a way to make use of a Relic Grievous, and these are all going to be trash bots, right? Not even going to be good. So you can make a Grievous team easily, just with stuff, and it'll be pretty effective. Yeah, somebody else, Mike C, said something. It's worth it even with a bunch of Gear 8 droids. How you do it with the Executor unlock today, we'll get to that in a minute. I did get it unlocked. I bought my 5 stars worth of Executor already. I did the journey this morning. Couldn't wait. I say that, but the truth is, I didn't want there to be any chance that it would get away on me and I'd forget. DL, the luck is rubbing off. Just rolled a 20 speed mod. Nice, David. That's awesome. It's only less if you take them straight to level 85 versus taking them slowly. It's only less if you take them... Oh. So yeah, I don't want to do it in parts or try to add it up. But that one character, we were going from 1 to 85. We were going all the way from level 1 to 85, and it was the exact same cost. Do you farm strictly light side 7B for Kairos? Yeah, I farm light side 7B for the Cairo shock prods, and I buy the computers out of GAC store. And you get enough computers that you can buy also the shock prods out of the GAC store. So as long as you're doing anything decent in GAC, you can supplement your Kairos through there. And then eventually when you have both of your big capital ships built, and Rolo if you want that, then you can also use the Guild Event Token 2 for more Kairos. The locator account's there. I got both my capital ships and Rolo all done, so that man, it helps a ton with the Kairos. It really helps a ton. Don't forget to sign up for GAC, says WL. Charles says, doesn't she not work? Sortie doesn't work with separatist droids. It's true. She doesn't in Conquest. So if you read the skill, right, this just says droid allies have defense, speed, spare parts until the end of combat. At the start, if all our droids, 30% max health and speed. And then all this stuff, right? Then it says down here, well, in Conquest, if all allies are non-separatist droids, then all of this stuff. So having Grievous in here blanks this whole thing for Conquest. But as far as I can tell, all of this stuff works in Grand Arena. And that includes the revive, all that stuff. It's just this that's killed by non-separatist droids. Weakest other ally gains VIP. And it doesn't say anything about separatist droids. It just says if all allies are droids. 50 RT and the VIP are immune to turn meter reduction. Pretty fantastic. So yeah, as far as I can tell, and again, guys, you guys help me with the kits because you've seen things or heard things or tried things that I don't know. So if you know something more about it, happy to listen. But as far as I can tell, all that Grievous does is make it so that it doesn't work in Conquest. Okay, I'm 200 plus Cairo prods from SLKR. I don't even get tokens for them, so really bummed by the grind. Oh, wow. So you're working on the SLKR unlock, and you need Kairos for SLKR himself. Yeah, that is a bummer because dark side only, right? What I'm saying is if you take them from level 1 to 50 to 75 to 85, could cost almost 20 million credits. But taking them to level 85 will only take 6 million. The training droids you use don't matter. If you take them from 1 to 50 to 75 to 85, the cost is linked to the training droids, though. It only ever costs the 6 million credits to take characters to 85, whether you do it in parts or if you do it all at once. It never costs more. So if you take the character to level 40, it only takes, a few thousand credits. Yeah. Maybe I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry, man. I recently unlocked an upgraded gas to Relic 7, but the rest of my clones are gear 11 to gear 9. Should I get them all up to relics before doing anything else, or go for Executor and then finish clones? You have to Relic 5s. You absolutely must Relic 5s. If you've got a Relic gas, you have to Relic 5s. And that way when 5 sits down, or when gas sits down, at least one of your clones will stay alive long enough to stand back up. If they try to kill 5s himself, it's hard. If they kill a different clone, 5 sacrifices, and then you have 3 good clones. So you can run that team with just a Relic 5s. But you can't run it with all gear 11 stuff. Because then you'll sit gas down and any area effect will just kill all your clones and gas will stand back up and get owned. The thing that makes the gas team so challenging is that, once he sits down, if you can't kill all of his clones and he stands back up and he still has clones, then he sits down again a second time. And that's the difference between winning and losing in a gas team when you're fighting against gas. If he gets to sit down twice, that's tough to overcome. Can you explain the name of your droid team? Scold. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to scold some opponents. Yeah, I think that's a inside joke for myself that's probably too much to explain. Yeah, I put dumb names on all my teams, like Boogs and Stepsisters. Not the Night Sisters; they're your stepsisters. I don't know. I make up weird names for my squads just for fun. But yeah, scold has meaning to me, but I don't want to explain it on the stream. Lemon says, I was afraid I was missing a reference. Yeah, no, it's a personal joke. Okay. Actually, there's a very slight variation in cost depending on the training droids you use. Like a couple thousand, because the smaller training droids more accurately get you to the level you want. Well, picking all the lowest level droids didn't help me, though. I'm going to go back and look again, guys, because I feel like in the past I've looked at this, and it used to be that you could see directly the difference in cost. Oh, I spent all my credits. Can't experiment on much when your credits are all gone. Bye-bye credits. All right, so I don't know that there's much else we have to do on this account, right? We've done the stuff. We have mods. Let's just check mods before we lock in Grand Arena here. Make sure that there's not something. Character's missing a tooth. right. Look at all of these garbage mods. Hot trash. Okay, the characters I expect to have mods in them, so we're going to lock in Grand Arena over here now. Sign up. Bam. Guys, I can't tell you how happy I am now to have this Gideon. Having this character at 350 speed makes me feel like I finally got an account going. Finally got an account going. So we've got, what, 3 characters over 300? I think Shock T is right at 300. Wow, look at this Finn over here. He's faster than Vader. 273. Big drop. 300 to 273. All right. We got to get more characters up there to 300. By the time I hit a year, I need to have like 8 characters over 300. The 6-dot modding, the 6-dot slicing makes such a huge difference. Like I have a bunch of mods that are like 14 speed, and once I, slice them to 6-dot and, maybe get another hit on them, they'll be over 20 speed, and we'll start getting more characters at 300. All right, let's go take a look at Loquitur. I know it's an Obticeo stream, but since I'm going to do this anyway, might as well do it on stream with y'all. All right. Let's make an Executor decision. It did it again. I guess I should know better than to do that when I'm streaming, huh? Interesting, interesting. It did it again. It stalled out the stream. Hope it comes and picks back up for you guys. Stream stall. All right, let's get in here to ships. I thought the stream crashed. All right, we're back. Looks like we're back. Looks like we're good. Okay. Yeah, no, it just if I do a specific sequence of clicks, it seems to want to access part of the memory that is on the hard drive. And I've got an external hard drive with some of the stuff on it. And the external hard drive, like, activates and freezes the computer for a minute. So I should not do that while I'm streaming. Okay. Executor. Activate. All right. Go from fuzzy to real. Fading in, coming out of hyperdrive. 4-star Executor. Incoming to 5 stars. Yeah. Nice. All right. And then we're just going to slam this. Not even going to look. Just take it to 8. Don't even think about it. All right. 75. So let's take it to 72. See how many skills that we can put on it. This needs to be as big as I can go. 74. We need 74. We can get 74, but that's going to use up. Oh, it's going to leave us with 500,000. So that's okay. That's okay-ish. Okay. So we can get 3 levels there, 3 levels there, 3 levels here. Oh. Cooldown 28. That's pretty horrible. I'm not even going to put anything into the basic for right now. Okay, though, we've got some levels and some skills on it. Let's just dump the rest. Should we just dump the rest? Get up to 75. I don't think that gets us any more. It does get us one more bump on this skill. Okay. And over the course of the next few weeks, we will continue to push that ship's stats upward into the stratosphere. And then we'll have a 5-star executor. Yay. And there will be much rejoicing. Okay. So now we got to go into Grand Arena. We have to edit our defense. We have to go in here where we set the Chimera or whatever. And Executor incoming. Set. All right. Here we go. Executive defense. Capital ships take 10 million to level 85. I saved up ship credits for Executor and still came up short. Takes like 10 million to get to level 85. Yeah, pizza, it's a lot. Executralations, says just another consumer. Ooh, Executor plus congratulations. Execulations. Hey DL, how's Conquest going since you dropped the main account? Better. Why 3 reinforcements on Executor? The third reinforcement on the Executor. So basically, in some circumstances, if you have Plo or this ship in reinforcements, this can come in and use the ability here that puts everybody into stealth. Oh, where is it? It's this one. Retribution if target ally, blah, blah, blah. All other allies gain stealth. He will target Hound's Tooth, and all the other ships will go into stealth. That can mess with certain counters once they can't target your ship. Because some, especially if they've got like a negotiator or malevolence counter against a low star Executor, hiding all the other ships and making them hit Hound's Tooth anyway, even though they've removed the taunt, is it's just a gimmick. Just a gimmick. That's smart when you're controlling the fleet. I find it's a waste to set more than 5 ships on Executor on defense. I put Plo in here on my main account, and I had people message me before that that Plo ruined their day. Especially with the malevolence counter, if they get buzz droids on everything, and you bring in the Plo, clear off all the buzz droids, pump the turn meter, give somebody taunt, it can stop that malevolence counter dead in the tracks. That's all I'm trying to do. If somebody's going to beat my Executor, they're going to beat it. But somebody who can just barely beat it gets messed up by these little tricks. It's like when I used to put my malevolence on defense a long time ago, I would put the Millennium Falcon as the second reinforcement. And I got tons of holds with that. People would come up against the malevolence. They're expecting the standard vanilla stuff. Then here comes Han's Millennium Falcon, flies in, gives everybody foresight, and immediately does the spin move and makes itself untargetable. The opponent was about to win, and now he's got these 4 stupid little summoned ships, and he's got to kill them all before he can target the Hounds too, or the Millennium Falcon, and that's enough. I beat so many. I got so many holds with Malevolence that way. It wasn't even funny. People did not expect the cheese. Alex Contard says, good night, deal. All right, good night, Alex. On defense and GAC, it's worth it, though, because if you get holds, it's usually a higher chance of pulling in the reinforcement. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's just about risk and reward, right? I don't need that ship somewhere else. It might mess up an opponent somewhere, someday, somehow. I put it in. Yep. All right, what else we got? Taking too long is still a win or a loss. With Executor on defense, it will get eaten either by Rebels or Finalizer. Don't care. Don't care. It's the point of having the Executor is to put it on defense and make your opponent deal with it. If they can deal with it, that's fine. If they can't deal with it, it gets a hold. It's just like JMK is a galactic legend. If you can deal with it, you beat it. If you can't deal with it, it holds its own. At Kyber 4, I think there's going to be people who won't even be able to beat this shabby version of the Executor. I think it'll hold up against some fleets. If they take their best fleet against the Executor and beat it, maybe it leaves my Empire fleet in a position where it can surprise somebody. We'll keep chipping away at it, guys. Maybe I have to put the Negotiator here on defense also. I don't know. We're going to crutch on Executor for a little while and see what it does. See if it can hold. All right, and then we're going to sign up for Grand Arena over here as well. Booyah. All right. You guys got any other questions, concerns, things you want to talk about before we hang up the stream? You can mess with Finalizer by not setting Xanadu Blood in first, because there's a specific move sequence at the start that relies on Xanadu Blood AoE generating turn meter for the shuttle. Huh. Interesting. If you set Houndstooth, IG, RC, you mess with the Finalizer opening. Yeah, I don't think we should assume that all of our opponents are going to have the Finalizer or know how to use it. I mean, at Kyber 2, with my main account, when I had a couple times when I pushed up into Kyber 1 even, and people don't beat the Executor, So obviously that on my main account, it's a 7-star Executor with the ships maxed out, but even though there are things that beat the Executor, a lot of opponents just don't beat it. They drop one battle against it, and that's it. The fleet zone is held. All it takes is for the RNG to go in your favor, or for them to make a mistake or not know how to play the matchup. It only takes just a little bit of jank for your opponent to lose that matchup. So that's why I say, if you get the Executor, put it on defense. Just put it on defense and make your opponent beat it. Make them beat you. If they make a mistake, they don't beat it, advantage goes to you. If they do beat it, it's fine. I mean, that's what it's there for, right? It's gut check. Let's say you had enough gear to Relic 5 2 characters. Would you do Bosk, Boba, or maybe Piet and TIE Pilot? For the Executor requirements, okay. For the Executor requirements, which one would you work on first? Bosk is, if you don't have a Relic Bosk, you're going to Relic Bosk first, absolutely. If you have a Troopers team, you're going to Relic Piet. Those have to be the first two, Bosk and Piet. Bosk is a team by himself. You can put a Relic Bosk with 4 complete garbage bounty hunters on defense, and already your opponent has to bring something. Because if they don't bring enough damage, you can't kill Bosk. He just sits there and recovers and recovers and recovers and times out the zone. Obviously, there's ways to beat him. It's not hard to beat him. But yeah, I mean, Bosk and garbage is already a team. And troopers, I mean, you guys know. If you Relic a damaged trooper and you Relic Piet, you're already killing 70% of everything in the game with those troopers, even with trash tier troopers. So yeah, Piet and Bosk for sure. Assuming Profundity is like Executor, where it needs 5, maybe 6 ships to be meta, then Profundity would be U-Wings, Falcon, Outrider, Y-Wing. I don't want to speculate too much, but I think that there's some compelling reason why the Profundity is going to need Han's Millennium Falcon. Because the Raven's Claw is directly a replacement for the Millennium Falcon in the Home 1 fleet. So it makes me feel like the Millennium Falcon has to go with Profundity. So you get Millennium Falcon. We already know that the Outrider has to go there. And then I think a tank like either Biggs or the Rebel Y-Wing, that's your starting 3. Or maybe Biggs, the Rebel Y-Wing, and Outrider is your starting 3, and then your first reinforcement with Ghost, and then Millennium Falcon, and then Phantom, something like that. But there's too much to fit, because you can't bring in the U-Wings and have Outrider and have tanks and everything else too. I mean, it's not going to make sense. But I think that the Outrider mechanic, let's take a look at it. Because the whole gimmick, right? The whole gimmick is going to be around getting your download. Dumping your data, right? Where's this Outrider? Okay, data transmission. 1 use per battle. Dispel all buffs on rebel allies. They recover or grant all allies stuff. Okay. Alright. Alright. I don't know this kit well enough yet. Okay. Here we go. All rebel allies recover 20% health and protection, gain speed up and tenacity, gain download progress, increased by 20%. 0% at the start, increases by 1% whenever a rebel ally scores a critical hit, tripled if it's their turn. So getting assists, getting these critical hits is going to be a key part of how this works, right? All rebel allies gain 20% download progress for each rebel reinforcement called in by a rebel capital ship this encounter. So maybe you actually want to to bring in the Phantom first and then follow it up with the Outrider, and that way you got 2 reinforcements and you give. So I don't know the exact sequence, but this data transmission is going to be important. It's going to be the critical aspect of getting the fleet to do what it's supposed to do. And then Millennium Falcon has to be in the starting 3. I feel like it's going to be the critical ship for Profundity. Yep. Phoenix, Raven, and X-Wings with the Hounds with the Home 1. Phoenix, Raven, and the X-Wings. That could be. That could be. JML owners are going to double their Rebel fleets, basically. Yeah, that's the point. If you go Profundity and JML, you get 2 full Rebel fleets out of it somehow. However it shakes up that these ships work the best with each respective fleet, you'll get 2 full fleets out of it. Ravenclaw replaces Falcon under Home 1 and makes the leftover Rebels into kind of a cleanup fleet. I don't even think it's going to be a cleanup fleet. I think it's going to be a good fleet. It looks pretty good to me. Maybe I'm overestimating the Ravensclaw, but it seems like it's a pretty functional ship. It's got a lot of words. You know, things with a lot of words are typically good, right? 40% max health for the rest of the battle. Can't be evaded. Non-scoundrel rebels gain 10% offense. If Home 1 is a capital ship, they gain 30% offense. Gains foresight on assists. Yeah, so I feel like whereas Home 1 with the Millennium Falcon has a lot of control, Home 1 with Ravensclaw is just going to hit like an Empire fleet. Like it's just the attacks are going to be doing sickening amounts of damage. Feels like what's going to happen. Falcon's reduced cooldown may be important. Is the Profundity going to be good on defense? I mean, guys, we can't possibly know this. We can't possibly know what Profundity's good at until we see the kit, until we see it in action. Trying to outguess what the kit is, I haven't seen the kit yet. If anybody knows what it is, I haven't seen it. All right. So, here's what we're going to do on the Obticeo account. Here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to try this next week, and I'm going to see what happens. When I'm doing my daily refreshes, I'm going to cut back by 1. We're going to do 1 less mod refresh, 1 less energy refresh, 1 less fleet refresh. That's going to save me 150 a day. Then when we do Cantina refreshes, we're only going to do one or two of those. Knock it down from like 6 refreshes a week to maybe 2 or 3. That'll get me another 300 crystals. That'll get me about 1,000 crystals a week. And if it takes 20 weeks to get the Profundity relics done, then 20 weeks will also be at 1,000 crystals a week. It will be enough to get me all of my Relic 8 and 9 materials complete. So, that's the plan. I've already got 3 Relic 8 materials. And I gotta say, guys, I don't know where I got them. I honestly don't know. Maybe I got them when I was in the other guild for a little while. I don't know. But I've got three avocados. Check me out. So maybe if I can pick up a couple more of those, that'll save me one purchase. So there you go, 1250 crystals in the pocket. I don't think we'll be doing C-Pit successfully in this guild by the time it's required, so I'll have to buy it. So I'll do the reduced refreshes for a week, and I'll see how much of a dent that puts in my gear cycle. I feel like we'll still be okay, but we'll take a look. If you cut refreshes, it might take longer for you to get to the relics than 20 weeks. So Panterix, if you watch my gear video, in there I kind of explain a lot about how my process for getting relic characters relies on farming materials for only certain specific things. And one refresh a day, I think if it takes me 2 weeks to relic a character now, you know, maybe every third or fourth character it'll take me an extra week. Like really, the amount that it will slow me down, I believe, is relatively not nearly as much as you think. But there's nothing like proving it, so I'll start that strategy starting this week. We'll do it for a couple weeks, and we'll target getting this crystals high enough that every week when I do a stream like this, I will go in and make one purchase out of the shop. We'll start with enough to get one Relic 8 done, so that we can do Cassian when it comes along. Then we'll get the Relic 9 materials, and then we'll start finishing out with the Relic 8 materials, because again, if I get a couple more arrow magnifiers somehow, or we do get a successful C-Pit run, then I won't have to buy them. And that would be a good deal. R9, not R9. Oh, maybe you got the Relic 8 from Event Crate. Can you get... Oh, let's go take a look at Conquest. Is there any chance that somewhere in Conquest we can pick up avocados? I think I got this box last time. No avocados here. None here. And I don't think there's anything in these boxes that would give them to me. No, I don't think it came from Conquest. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. If there was like a reward down here somewhere that dropped them, that would be good. Although now that I'm thinking about it, if I saved up Conquest currency, is there... They don't sell the arrow magnifiers or droid brains in shops here, right? They only sell the shock absorbers and whatnot, I think. Yeah, I think we're out of luck in normal Conquest. I don't think there's... Yeah, so I don't know. I honestly don't know where I got those three. And I didn't buy them by accident, because if I did that, I'd have 5, right? Injector stuff. It was a May 4th gift from CG. We got Clone Wars Chewie shards and a couple Mark 1 and 2 tokens. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm on Sector 4 now. I almost got hung up on a Darth Revan, or a team that had Malak in it. I think it was it this team? Yeah, this Malak was a menace for me. I was really having a hard time with it. I had to get kind of clever to get past there. Ended up using troopers, and then I went in on the troopers and I used the I had gotten a speed boost, whatever these things are called. Yeah, this thing right here, the speed booster here, still on. So I had 16% speed for 4 battles, and I was able to break through that Malak with the Dark Trooper. Pretty challenging. But I'm hoping I can get all the way through all of Conquest. I won't get the max box in Conquest because I can't do a lot of the feats. But if I could get, somewhere in here, get box 5. I don't think I'll get to box 6, but at least try to finish out the sectors. Get to the end of normal, that'd be good. I've done like 3 refreshes in total so far. So pretty much just as much progress as I can get with the energy I get every day. Hey DL, wanted to say hi. I like your content. Would love more explanatory videos for certain team synergies or like. I hope it's clear what I mean. Mujet I. Yeah, the problem with me and my channel and the videos is there's a lot of stuff I could do, but I just have limited time to work on this stuff. It's kind of a hobby for me. I've got a real job and a family and all that stuff, so pretty much just get to work on it in the background. So I don't get to make nearly as many as I want. I've got like a really good start on a new version of account building. 2 different paths, one with SLKR first, one with pushing right into Profundity. The Profundity build is really for people who are willing to buy the hyperdrive bundle and potentially spend a little bit of money. The SLKR is kind of the free-to-play version. So we're 2 different versions of beginning an account. And the only thing is they're supposed to announce some more of the gear changes. And I feel like if I go through and I voice all this stuff, then they'll announce the gear changes and I'll have to go back and change it all. But yeah, I was planning to issue that, in the next couple weeks. But yeah, maybe I'll do it anyway, and then if they do the announcement, I'll just revoice the videos, change what I need to change. We'll see. All right, guys, well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Call it a night. Please remember, hit that like saber on your way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. That helps me, helps the channel. It's free, it's fun to do, gives you confetti. Why not? Subscribe if you want to know when I'm doing more live streams like this in the future. And join us over on Discord. We got a fantastic Discord community. A lot of the people chatting in chat today are part of the Discord. A lot of fun conversations and people asking questions. And even if you're a quiet type person, you can just come hang out and watch what other people are saying. And it's still a pretty fun place to be. All right. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have fun playing the game, guys. I hope you continue to enjoy what you're doing, and I will see you in the next Holocron.